the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. On the Cowboys sideline, head coach Brian Schottenheimer. These guys appear to have figured things out as of late, 4-2 over their last 6 games. On the other side, Giants head coach Brian Daboll. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in the age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the Cowboys.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The Giants at 500 hit 6-6. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 10 carries, 63 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
6-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a pepper. It'll be second down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down at 8.
Brings up second and 8.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Abdul Carter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's into space past the 25. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Cowboys' 7-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Taken down by Tony Field. gain of 2 on the play.
Now back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with a give to Blue. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Toss play to the right to Blue. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Charles, this was their 27th ranked rushing attack coming in. That play sort of shows why.
Yeah, and I have to admit that I'm a little bit surprised because they have talent on the line. They got talent in the backfield, but for whatever reason, they can't mesh it together and make progress.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Rebel on the coverage.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. 56 yards. And the Giants take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, just just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go with glue between the tackles. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
For the Giants.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Cowboys.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On is the punter, Brian Ager, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys will be able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for a slot man, and he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. No gain on the play. And it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll see about converting this third and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third and 8.
They'll drop to throw. We'll try and do this. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Matthew Wright on for the field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Gets it underneath to Blue. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that's going to be incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So he fielded the kick at the 8 and never looked back. A great return all the way to the end zone. 92 yards all told. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down at the 31. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3rd down at 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. first down. He'll drop to throw it. He'll swing this out to Blue. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff to Blue running left side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Savon Rebel on the coverage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
At the 13-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
And in this day and age, I would love to play quarterback in the NFL. Wide open offenses, acrobatic receivers. If you're accurate, you're going to have days like this.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty roughed up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Cowboy first down.
He'll drop to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
This has to go down to one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll keep waiting on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is caught. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
2nd and a yard.
Now back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It moves to 2nd.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. We'll try it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach have plenty to say about this game.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Wow, that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And out now come the Cowboys. This game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to push any hole left on the opposing sideline. And they got to do it with some gusto, too.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Cowboys.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
They'll drop the throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Looking to put a drive together. The drive starts with a run by Blue. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
And the Cowboys, first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Cowboys, first down. A 4-yard pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop the thrower. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
They'll set up a throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. As he'll get a chance to... And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
24.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield.
I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for the Giants, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.